Hey y'all, this is Doug from Engauge Analytics, and I wanted to walk you through version 2 of Engauge. So if you've been using version 1, this is a very familiar screen to you. This is your dashboard coming in. As you can see, it's not pretty. It works, but it's just, like, look at this list. This gives you nothing, no information, nothing worthwhile. I don't know if you ever knew there was a help button down here. Not a lot of people click it. Notifications up here, that kind of thing. This is what I'm calling old and busted. And now I want to, oh wait, let's take a look at the other old and busted. So your properties list, I'm going to keep looking at Leslie Fisher here. Loading. Let's get all the loading. There it goes. Okay, you can change your dates. Work on your goals. Do you even know what a goal is? Do you? I never really explained it. SEO, uptime, collaborators. This little getting started page doesn't give you a ton of information. So that is old and busted. And now let me show you new hotness. This is the new Engauge board. So not only are you able to see your stats with some views, same information, everything's still coming through like normal. Big differences here is you're able to kind of see, we're still working out some of the kinks. We've still got a couple weeks before we release it. But as you can see, a little bit better information presented. Same information. What's cool now about this is if I wanted to see information about a specific URL, then I'm able to make those changes. Whoops. There it goes. And I'm able to see information specific to that URL, which is really nice. Still able to change the dates like normal. Still able to get my notifications up here. I'm going to close that ticket. There we go. Now, let's take a look at your property dashboard, because this is where things get really cool. Typically in the past, we've had two different tiers that you would have to pay for in order to get, different pieces of information to use our machine learning driven content engine, all that. I'm tired of trying to figure out the math behind all that, so we're just going to make it available to every customer. We're still going to adjust our pricing and that kind of thing. But from now on, if you're using Engauge, then you have access to all features. So here's our on-page SEO and technical SEO. If I want to look at our full SEO report, I can do that. This is pulling from a test data, so that's why nothing's coming through. But I can go back and forth. We'll be able to refresh this. This gives you your current look at your site. So if, for example, you're let's say you don't have a canonical tag and you want to add that and recheck to make sure, you can we'll be adding a refresh button that you're just able to say, okay, there it is, let's go. Goals. If I want to track my goal now, let's say I want to say subscribes. I know that I make, let's say, $1.23 per subscription. Subscription to newsletter. Great. And go see my goals. And then for every time I use that goal, which is called subscribes, I'm going to copy that because we're going to use that in a second. Then I'm able to see those hits that come through and get an amount of how much money I'm making off of that. Uptime monitoring. So you're able to see when your SSL certificate's expiring. You're able to make sure your site is up. We give you emails in the moment that it happens if your site goes down, so which is really nice. I'm going to show you Spy in a second. Collaborators is still here, so you're able to add team members. Current view, so you are able to kind of get a current view of what is on your site. This always just takes a second to load because it waits till all JavaScript is done rendering, which is nice for some of your apps that are more focused on modern web practices and all that. So, and then our Getting Started tab that we're able to use, same kind of information except this code builder here. I'm going to open that in a new tab because we'll use that in a second. But let me show you two cool things that you are getting with new Engauge. One, Spy. This was an enterprise-only feature that was available for a long time, but we're going to be making it available to every customer now. So if I want to take a look at a customer session, again, all of Engauge's data is user anonymized, but that doesn't mean that you can't get meaningful data for each of your users that are coming on the site. So for example, this person we know came on to Leslie's page here for an event called Make Cool, but left the page real quick because they were looking for slides, it looks like. They stayed 5-10 seconds, and they left the page. They navigated to the home page. Then they navigated back to the event. Then they navigated back to the home page. They are clearly looking for something. What it is, I'm not entirely sure. And now they're looking for fast facts on Leslie. Back to the Make Cool event. And again, here's the topic that they seem to be looking for. They stayed for a while and going back and forth. And we're able to kind of watch their whole journey through the site for what they're looking for. It puts it out in a very simple mode, so you're able to kind of see the story of your users using your site and seeing what's going to be most meaningful for them. We also added report exporting so that you're able to kind of share this in a very easy to view or printable format, which is really nice. Now, let's say, for example, the one thing that's not here, because I never added goals for Leslie, is her actual goals. So if I wanted to see this in Spy, we added this nice little code builder. Now, if you're not familiar with like JavaScript, it can be a little bit janky to try and throw something together. So let's say I want to add an interaction. I want to say when they click on the subscribe button, I'm going to say that's a subscribe action. And I know my button's name is called subscribe. And we'll place a value of subscribes. There we go. Add row. And as you can see, it's adding it right over here. Again, these undefines will be gone. If I refresh this page, so this doesn't actually add it to your page, you still copy and paste the code over. I'm going to refresh this just to grab the goals that we added for Leslie. So again, click my class. Action subscribe. There we go. And you can see it's adding that right there. So you can build out whatever interaction in Engauge that you want to be able to measure. So that was that. What I like too is that let's take a look at our profile here. So we added some other information here. All your subscription data is going to be right up here in this top corner. You're able to add your properties nice and easy, your pending collaboration invites. We've also expanded our support section. So not only can you see your tickets, but if I wanted to add a ticket here, a feature request, no, that's not associated, and it's new. And I want to see where users are located by latitude and longitude. And adds the ticket. In theory, it adds a ticket. All right, and then you can also access our documentation and code builder from there, which gives you all of the information. So again, very exciting changes coming to Engauge. All things that you're able to access in 2 weeks when we relaunch with version 2. So that is 2 weeks from today. So Monday, August 19th. And you'll be able to take a look at everything then. Everything moves a lot faster if you haven't noticed already. If you have a site with a lot of hits, it usually takes a couple minutes, but not so much now. Loads nice and quick, doesn't it? So one of the many changes that we've made. So again, we're very excited to be serving you. Keep an eye out. Engauge version 2 coming live to the world Monday, August 19th.